Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Next Simple Lab. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to build your own web application? Maybe something like a data management system, a real-time dashboard, as an e-commerce store. But here's the problem. You either don't know how to code or the whole process just feels too complicated. Because normally, building a web app means learning a lot of things. First, front-end development, then back-end programming. After that, databases, and sometimes even multiple programming languages. And once the app is finally built, you still need to deploy it, host it, and maintain the system, which usually means a lot of time and a lot of money. So the real question becomes, is there a faster and completely free way to build a web app? Well, with Next Simple Lab, almost nothing is impossible. Today, I want to introduce a tool called AI Architect and Designer. This tool can help you design and generate complete web applications using AI, including the app's script code behind it. To demonstrate this, I asked the AI to generate a mini supermarket web application. And this is the app you're seeing right here. Now here's something interesting. When the application runs for the first time, it actually checks the connected Google Sheet to see if there's already data available. And if the sheet is empty, the app will automatically generate some basic data for us. This makes it much easier to start testing the app, and later we can modify or expand the data using AI without doing everything manually. Now, another thing to keep in mind, everything you see here, the images, the product content, and even the layout of the interface, was generated by AI. So what we're going to do next is test whether the functions actually work and whether the data syncs correctly with Google Sheets. Let's try placing an order. I'll go ahead and select a few products. And now I'll open the cart. As you can see, we now have 3 items in the cart. Next, I'll enter a phone number. And for the payment option, I'll choose Pay at Counter. Let's see what happens. All right, and there it is. We just received an order confirmed message. So now the important question is, did the app script backend actually process the order? Let's check the Google Sheet. Now, when we open the spreadsheet, you can see that the app has automatically created 3 new sheets. And if we look at the data, both the order sheet and the order item sheet have been recorded correctly. So even though this is just a simple demo application, with a few more rounds of editing and improving the features using AI, this could very easily evolve into a real commercial web application. Next, I want to show you another example. This is a web app for ordering pizza online. Now let me ask you a question. If you had to build an app like this yourself, how long would it take you to code everything? A few hours? Maybe a few days? Well, with the AI Architect tool from Next Simple Lab, this entire web app was generated in about 10 minutes. Let's take a closer look. This application is actually more complex than the previous one, because in addition to ordering pizza, it also includes special offers, order tracking, and even sign up and log in, just like a typical food ordering website. So first, let me try the sign up feature. I'll just create a simple account using a name and password. I'll select a couple of pizza items, then add them to the cart. All right, the order has now been submitted. Now the real question is, did the app script backend actually record this user? Let's jump over to the Google Sheet and check. And as you can see here, the user management sheet has already recorded the basic user information. Of course, this is just a simple example, but in a real-world application, you should encrypt passwords and implement proper authentication features to improve security. Now, besides this pizza ordering app, I also built a simple chat application using the same tool. So let's quickly test something interesting. What happens if multiple users chat at the same time? To test this, I created 2 different accounts, and I'll send messages between them. And as you can see, the messages are being sent and received normally, with no problems. Now let me show you how you can create your own web app using this tool. First, you'll need to clone my project into your own Google Drive. Just right-click the project and choose Make a Copy. Then go back to your Google Drive and open that copied project. I'll go through this part quickly because most of you probably already know how to do it. but if you're not familiar with the process, I've included a detailed step-by-step guide in the video description explaining how to deploy a web app with AppScript. Next, open the AI Architect and Designer project. Go to Extensions Arrow AppScript, then click Deploy and choose New Deployment. Select Web App as the deployment type. In the Who Has Access section, you can choose anyone or anyone with a Google account, depending on how you want people to access the app. Then click Deploy. If this is your first time deploying, Google will ask you to authorize access. Click it and approve the permissions. Once the deployment is finished, open the web app URL. I also recommend saving this link as a bookmark because you'll use it again whenever you test or update your web app. Now look at the top right corner of the interface. You'll see a key icon. Click that icon. This is where you'll enter your API key and choose the AI model. Right now I'm using the free Gemini API. So I'll quickly go to Google AI Studio, copy my free API key, paste it here, and click Save Key. All right, so now that we've added the API key, we can finally start using the tool. First, let's start with the general description of the web app. This is where you describe the main idea of your application. For example, in this case, I'm building a simple inventory management system, so my prompt looks like this. Now, of course, you can write a much more detailed description if you want, but even a simple prompt like this is enough for the AI to start building the application structure. Next, if we scroll down a little bit, you'll see that we can choose one of 6 basic application types. These categories help the AI understand what kind of system you're trying to build. Since this project is an inventory management system, I'm going to choose data management. Next, we move to a very important section. Here, the tool asks us to describe the application using 3 architecture layers. Now, this is important because if you describe these layers carefully, the AI can generate something much closer to a real commercial web application rather than just a simple demo. So let's go through them one by one. The first layer is called business logic and behavior. This layer mainly describes the workflows and operational logic of the application. In other words, it explains how the system behaves and how users interact with it. Different types of applications will have different workflows. But in this case, since we are building an inventory management app, I will define 4 main workflows, which you can see here on the screen. Real-time inventory, inventory management, transaction management, live Kanban board. These flows basically define how inventory data moves through the system. Once that's done, we click Next to move to the second layer. Now we arrive at layer 2, which is called the UI system library. This layer is where we describe the structure of the user interface in more detail. Here we can define things like the modules of the application, the components inside each page, and how those components interact with each other. For example, we can configure layouts such as top bar, header, sidebar navigation, login and registration forms, dashboard components. If you want more control, you can describe each section in detail. So in this example, I'll configure a few layout elements and leave the rest for the AI to generate. Once we're done, we click Next again. Finally, we arrive at layer 3, which defines the technology stack of the application. This is where we decide what technologies will power the front end and the back end. Originally, I planned to support many different front end and back end frameworks. However, many users prefer building applications using AppScript because it's simple, fast, and free. So in this tool, the architecture is optimized for AppScript as the back end, Google Sheets as the database. Now for this inventory management application, I will choose HTML and CSS for the front end, Unsplash for image, AppScript for the back end, and Google Sheets as the database. All right, once everything is ready, the final step is very simple. Just click Create Web App, and within a few moments, the system will start generating the application code right below this section. From there, you'll receive the HTML code for the interface and the code.js file for the app script backend. All right, now that the AI has generated both files, the next step is very straightforward. First, we need to copy the HTML code and the code.js file into Google Apps Script. So we go back to our Apps Script project, Then we paste the HTML code into the index.html file. After that, we copy the code.gs code and paste it into the code.gs file. And once both files are saved, the next step is to deploy a new web app. So now we click Deploy, choose New Deployment, and create the web app. If app script needs permission to access or edit Google Sheets, you'll be asked to authorize access. Just click Authorize, select your Google account, then choose Advanced Arrow, go to your project, and approve the permissions. When the deployment is complete, we'll receive a web app URL. Next, simply copy the web app URL and open it in your browser to test the application. All right, the web app is now running. The first thing the app does is connect to Google Sheets. This connection determines whether the web app will use real data from the spreadsheet or temporary simulated data. And honestly, I'm quite surprised by this interface. The web app already includes most of the components we described in the original prompt, so the structure is almost complete right from the start. Now let's open the Google Sheet to see what's happening behind the scenes. If the spreadsheet doesn't contain any data yet, the web app will automatically insert simulated data into Google Sheets so the interface can work properly. But if the spreadsheet already has existing data, the web app will simply use that data and will not overwrite it. All right, now let's test one more thing. I'm going to add a new product from the web app to see if the function works correctly. Okay, the product has been added. Now, if we go back to Google Sheets, we can see that a new record has been created, which means the function is working correctly and the data is being stored in the spreadsheet. Now let's move on to the next step, which is customizing and upgrading the interface. So first, open Gemini. Then, make sure you select the Canvas tool, because Canvas is designed to work directly with large code blocks, which makes it perfect for editing HTML interfaces. Next, we simply describe the changes we want. For example, I'll give Gemini a prompt like this: add a suitable background image and include a few analytics charts. The next step is very important. You need to copy the entire code from the index.html file and paste it into Gemini Canvas, then simply run the prompt. Within a few seconds, the AI will start modifying the interface based on your request. Now, one thing you might notice in the HTML code is that I've already added a few special instructions inside the file. These instructions act as guard conditions for the AI. In other words, they tell the AI not to change how the front end communicates with the app script backend. This is very important because it ensures that after upgrading the UI, the application will still work normally with app script and Google Sheets. Once the AI finishes generating the updated interface, we can move to the Preview tab. Here you can see the new UI immediately. If the result is not exactly what you want, that's perfectly fine. You can simply describe additional changes to the AI, and it will continue improving the design. Now, once you're satisfied with the new interface, the final step is very easy. Just copy the entire updated code generated by the AI and replace the HTML code inside app script. After saving the file, we simply deploy the web app one more time. Now, when we open the web app again, you can see that the interface has been upgraded. But more importantly, the connection with app script and Google Sheets is still working perfectly. To confirm this, let me try adding a new product. And now, if we go back to the Google Sheet, you'll see that the new product has been recorded successfully. So at this point, we've successfully created a working web app, connected it with app script, and even upgraded the interface using AI. And that's essentially the full workflow. All right, this tutorial has become quite long already, so thank you very much for watching. If you find this project interesting, you can check the link in the video description to try the tool yourself, and I hope it helps you start building your own AI-powered web apps. Thank you, and see you in the next video.